around me through the wind. Seems to vanish like go gamblers like this street. When we out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb to mountains, reach the highest.
A good fade out, I like that. You're a sound man. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I can't think of a better day to do what we're doing here with Bud and Lorena. We're so excited that God has done an incredible work in bringing them back together. And I know you're all excited for them as I am for them. What a great occasion. You know, the first wedding is in human history was recorded in the book of Genesis. It was a garden wedding, by the way. And I'm so glad we're not doing an outside wedding today. It would not be a good thing. But it says in Genesis chapter 2 that the Lord God said, "It's not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him." Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the beasts of the field, all the birds of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them. Whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So the man gave to all the livestock, the birds of the air, the beasts of the field, but for Adam, there was no suitable helper, it says, found for him. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib which he had taken out of man. And then the next few words are really powerful words. It says that he, God, brought her, Eve, to the man. In that Garden of Eden, God the Father walked Eve down that aisle and presented her to her man. I guess she didn't have much of a choice, did she? No. But that was the first wedding recorded in human history. And of course Adam said that this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. For this reason man will leave his father and mother, be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh. And so it was a beautiful wedding and a great start, but I wish we could stop there. But the next chapter of the scriptures say that the curse of sin would enter the world. And because of that, everything changed. Everything became more difficult. With sin in the world, relationships became more difficult. But I'm so thankful that the story continued and that God made a way for us to overcome sin through Jesus Christ, His Son who He sent to this earth. You know, one of the greatest pictures that I've ever heard of a marriage was a story of a man who went out on Christmas Eve to get a Christmas tree. That is not the right time, by the way, to go out and get a Christmas tree. But he figured, you know what, they're probably a lot cheaper Christmas Eve, and sure enough, when he got to the place where they were selling the Christmas trees, there were hardly any left. And all the trees that he found all had like messed up areas on the tree, big bald spots, broken branches. It may look good on one side, but there were always issues on the other. But what he did is he negotiated with the owner of the man selling the trees, and he says, you know, it's Christmas Eve. He says, could you give me 2 trees for the price of 1? And the man said, yeah, no one else is going to come to buy any trees tonight. Take 2, that's not a problem. So the man took 2 trees, and you know what he did? He took them home, and in his garage he found some bungee cords. And what he did is he took the trees where one had a bare spot, the other had a bare spot, and he smushed them together so that the trunks actually were side by side, and he wrapped the bungee cords around the trees. So that when he actually put it in the stand, it actually looked like one beautiful full tree. And I thought, you know what? That's really kind of what marriage is supposed to be. We're all imperfect. We all have issues. We all have problems and weaknesses. We all have bald spots, if you will. But in a marriage, a husband and wife coming together, the goal is that you come together in such a way that 2 become 1, and you cover up those weak areas. And I hope as you come back together again as husband and wife, that picture will stay with you as you come together into something beautiful, something that is going to provide light and enjoyment for everyone else to see and to watch. And we're going to be all praying to that end and supporting both of you in that endeavor. So, Bud, I want to ask you, do you take Lorena to be your wedded wife, to live together according to God's commands? Do you promise to love her and comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, keep yourself only for her as you both shall live? If so, would you say I do?
I do.
Excellent. Lorena, you take Bud to be your wedded husband, to live together according to God's command. Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only for him as long as you both shall live? Excellent. And at this time, they're going to do their best to read to each other some of their personal thoughts and vows at this point. And Bud, do you want to go first?
I can go first.
That would probably be best. You may not get any words in after that.
This is to my wife. We are meant to spend the rest of our lives together. You are the brightest part of my day, the sunshine that warms my soul, even on the coldest winter day. When we are apart, I miss you like the sun misses the summer flowers. You are the stream of love that flows through my heart. I am happy just to know you and lucky that you love me. I know we did this once before. We have been through many tough times, along with so many great times. I will take the bad times with you because they are better than spending any time without you. You are my best friend, my love, the air that I breathe. You give me life. I will love you forever until we all see Todd again.
You should let me go first.
I'm not supposed to do that.
That's supposed to be later.
Many people spend their lives searching for their soulmate, their one true love. I'm happy to count myself lucky because I have found one. I'm not going to get through this. You came into my life 33 years ago when we were both young, and crazy, and carefree. We fell in love, we're married, raised two beautiful, wonderful children. The biggest mistake of my life was letting go of us. Life has many turns. I'm sorry. Life has many turns, but there is a reason for everything. And it's all planned for us down to every detail. Our family has been through so much pain and grief. It was truly time for happiness again. Thank you for taking me back into your life. I promise that I will cherish us and take care of you forever. Even with the knees. That wasn't in here, I'm grateful and truly thrilled that we are standing here today sharing our renewed commitment with our family and friends and Todd and Mom. You know I was going to get that in there somewhere. I pledge to you my love, my heart, and my soul for all eternity. I love you. I'm not allowed to kiss him now.
Bobby's going to give us some rings.
He lost them.
Better not have. Bobby, why don't you give, let's have Bud take Lorena's ring first, okay? And as you place it on her finger, I want you to repeat after me. With this ring, I commit myself to you alone. It will always remind me of my pledge, of our faith, and of the faithfulness God expects from me from this day forward. All right, Lorena, your turn. With this ring, I commit myself to you alone. It will always remind me of my pledge, of our faith, and of the faithfulness God expects from me from this day forward. All right, I want you guys to stand together and relax. I'm going to ask my wife to come on up and join me.